Right now in Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, classes were canceled for the Mabton School District. We'll tell you why and how the district is reacting. Plus, the 5th deadly crash at the intersection of US 395 and Crestlock Road. What we're now learning about the reaction from officials. And could there be a record harvest for corn farmers this year? We'll tell you what could be a determining factor. And it's a first alert weather day as lightning in the region could increase our fire risk. The news at 6 starts now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thank you so much for joining us for Apple Valley News Now live at 6. I'm Wendy Redman. Austin is off. On this first alert weather day, let's begin with a first look at your forecast. Hayden Nix is in for Stacy Lee, tracking fire danger in the region. Hayden.
Well, for your Monday evening, temperatures are still really warm out there. We have not quite breached the century mark in a number of locations like we were expecting today, but hey, I'll take it. Just a couple of degrees can make all the difference there, but we are still hot out there compared to where we should be for this time of the year. Cruising in the mid-90s, then we'll continue to cool down only into the upper 70s and lower 80s by 10 o'clock. It will be a warm evening ahead of us here. And then overnight tonight, temperatures not quite as cool normally with upper 60s to lower 70s all around. Now, as we continue through the day tomorrow, this will be our final day that we will see those temperatures up there near 100 degrees. We'll likely just be right at it or just below it, but nonetheless, we will still have an excessive heat warning in effect. We are going to be transitioning our weather story as we continue on over the next several days here, as we're beginning to see some transitions with some extra moisture, starting to see some showers in the Cascades and other areas over the following days that could cause some lightning fires. We're going to talk more about that coming up.
Thank you, Hayden. Turning now to a crime alert. A man allegedly sprayed lighter fluid on a detective and tried to light him on fire. That's according to the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office. Authorities say the detective was on a uniformed patrol when he confronted the wanted man on State Route 821 Sunday night around 10 o'clock. The detective says he was trying to convince the man to come out of his vehicle when the man pulled out a bottle of lighter fluid, sprayed the deputy's face, and threw a piece of burning material at the detective. The man then sped off, heading north before a spike strip was used just south of Ellensburg. The man has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder and running from police. Washington State Patrol identified the man who died in a crash yesterday morning. WSP says 76-year-old Mark Wallum of Vancouver, Washington, died after the car he was riding in was hit at the intersection of US 395 and Crestlock Road. This happened in front of the Country Mercantile, about 8 miles outside of Pasco. Authorities say the driver of the vehicle was turning onto Crestlock and failed to yield to oncoming traffic in the northbound lane. The driver and a third passenger were injured. They were taken to the hospital in unknown condition. The driver of the northbound vehicle was also injured and taken to the hospital. WSP says drugs or alcohol were not a factor, and there are no pending charges at this time. But that deadly crash over the weekend is once again putting the spotlight on a trouble intersection along US 395, along US 395 just north of Pasco. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen explains why this area has actually been a concern for years.
It's a familiar and tragic scene at the intersection of US 395 and Crestlock Road. Troopers say 76-year-old Mark Wallum of Vancouver was killed Sunday when the car he was riding in pulled into the path of northbound traffic.
In the last 5 years, we've had 5 fatality collisions at that intersection.
Sunday's crash is the 3rd fatal crash at Crestlock Road in less than 2 years. In those 3 crashes alone, 5 people have died. Washington State Patrol Trooper Daniel Mosqueda says that intersection is the deadliest on that stretch of highway. Investigators say everyone was buckled up and drugs or alcohol were not involved. The Washington State Department of Transportation says it is aware of the intersection and has been for a while.
We're considering a number of options. The flashing beacons would be a possibility. The benefit of the flashing beacons is for travelers on the main line on the highway to alert travelers on the side street.
WashDOT previously added acceleration lanes along the stretch of 395, but with high speeds and heavy traffic near the Country Mercantile, officials say more may be needed. WashDOT is currently reviewing what can be done.
Roundabout certainly would be a good option at this intersection. However, it's not in the books, it's not funded. That would be up for the legislator to decide if they think that that would be a good alternative for that intersection and supply the funding.
For now, troopers are reminding drivers to slow down and take extra caution at Crestlock Road until longer-term fixes are made. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
WashDOT says there's no timeline yet for potential changes at the Crestlock intersection, but engineers will continue to study what can be done to reduce deadly crashes along that stretch of highway. Now to a story we've been following for you. In Sunnyside, the investigation into city manager Mike Gonzalez continues. The city called for a special meeting last Friday where many hoped the city would announce the investigation into the city manager had ended. But that did not happen. The mayor motioned to take no action after a 1 hour and 15-minute executive session with no one objecting. The mayor says they have received some information from the investigation, but not enough to make a decision.
Probably what's going to happen, since we're at the end of August, we're going to have to extend the leave of absence one more time, which is disappointing to me. I was hoping that we could resolve this before the end of the month, but because of circumstances, we're going to have to extend it out just a little bit more. But we are coming to the end of all of that cycle, and I'm looking forward to being able to share that with the public.
There will be a regular city council meeting tonight at 6 p.m. at the Sunnyside Police Station. For more information on this investigation, just head on over to applevalleynewsnow.com, and of course we'll keep you posted as that meeting is underway. The Mabton School District faces a delay in starting the school year due to ongoing HVAC construction. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia has the story on how the district is managing the situation and working to get schools back in session.
Elise Mongarelli, superintendent of the Mabton School District, explains that the delay isn't due to issues with the current HVAC system, but because of a modernization project funded by a grant to improve the high school's system.
So we started construction this last June after school was released, and so this is an ongoing construction project. And so what's happening right now is that the current HVAC system has been demolished, and so we're waiting on the new chillers to arrive, and so we have portable air conditioning units in the classrooms right now that are not being able to keep up with the external heat.
Mangarelli says because of the heat, the district is using built-in snow days typically reserved for winter to cancel classes this Monday and Tuesday.
To give the construction team enough time in order to vent the portable cooling system well enough and add additional insulation so that our building will stay at a comfortable temperature for staff and students.
She also shares a message for parents, students, and staff as the school year takes an unexpected turn.
This is not the way that we anticipated starting the school year, and we certainly know that it's an inconvenience for staff, students, and parents, and so of course, we're asking for patience, and just know that, we're working as hard as we can with our construction team to make sure that we correct these issues. And I just want to assure parents that we're going to make the right decisions for kids and not keep them in classrooms that are too hot or too cold because it's not good for their well-being.
Mangarelli adds that the district plan is to keep working on the portable air conditioning system and eventually transition to heating solutions. Until the chillers arrive, temporary measures are in place to maintain proper airflow and temperature for both students and staff. Reporting in Mabton, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
The superintendent also notes the project is expected to be complete around December. This week, Walla Walla will showcase the region's heritage at one of their biggest celebrations. The Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days kicks off on the 27th and runs through the 31st. Beginning at 7 p.m. on Wednesday is Foreigner, who will perform with Wahai Chamber Singers on the ballad, I Want to Know What Love Is. Each night will feature a theme, such as Rodeo Legends Night on Saturday and Patriots Night on Sunday. Other events include a demolition derby, the PRCA rodeo, and a parade. Tickets are online, over the phone, or at the fairgrounds. Coming up next year on the News at 6, we'll tell you why the Rosa Irrigation District says there is a shorter growing season this year. And taking a live look outside this evening, Hayden is coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast when we return.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Every heartbeat is a second chance. At Prosser Memorial Health, our cardiac rehabilitation program empowers your recovery with expert care and state-of-the-art TechnoGym smart equipment for safe, personalized fitness after a heart event. Whether you've had a heart attack, bypass surgery, valve repair, or heart failure, ask your provider for a referral. With tailored sessions over 12 weeks, supervised by medical professionals, we support your whole health, body, mind, and heart. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Imagine a night where the sound takes over and the beat stays with you. The Hallucination takes the stage at Wild Horse Resort and Casino on September 20th. This dynamic duo fuses indigenous music with dubstep, hip-hop, drums, and bass. Get ready for an electrifying live show, open to ages 15 and up. More than a show, it's a ceremony of sounds featured in Coachella, major films, Fortnite, and more. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app.
It's safe to say that a great day's work starts with a great night's sleep. So no matter what kind of job you have, Denver Mattress has the right mattress for you. So shop the Labor Day sale today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $800 on Purple mattress and adjustable base bundles. And get a $300 gift. Or check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99. Plus get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. I offer negotiable commission, 100% free staging, and top-notch marketing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression. As you wish.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
In your environment headlines tonight, farmers across the Yakima Valley are facing a shorter growing season this year, and that's hitting some of the region's biggest crops. According to Rosa Irrigation District officials, the season normally lasts until late October, but this year it's wrapping up nearly a month earlier. Late harvest crops like apples, grapes, and hops rely on irrigation as long as possible. Without it, the fruit stays small, quality drops, and growers risk losing money. Drought stress can even cause trees to pull water from their fruit, stopping growth altogether.
Roughly 3/4 of the hop crop in this country is grown in the Yakima Valley, and about 25% of that's grown on the Rosa.
District officials say they're doing everything they can to support growers through the shorter season. Despite the heat in Washington and across the nation, it could be a record harvest year for corn farmers. Website ProFarmer just finished its yearly 7-state crop tour and projects corn at a record 182.7 bushels per acre. That would come in a little shy of the USDA's prediction of 188.8 bushels. It's still yet to be seen if areas that had overly hot conditions and plant disease will significantly affect the final corn yield. The rest of the weather here in August could be the determining factor. The U.S. is the world's largest producer and exporter of corn. As the Yakima Basin faces its third straight year of drought, one irrigation district is turning to a water bank to help growers and communities stretch their supplies. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert explains how it works.
The Sela-Moxie Irrigation District manages about 10,000 irrigated acres in the Sela area and Moxie Valley. In 2021, the district launched a water bank with about 9,000 acre-feet of conserved water gained through things like converting farmland to urban use and switching from flood irrigation to drip. That conserved water is now leased out to other irrigation districts, growers, and even communities across the basin.
The original concept behind developing the water bank was to allow the district to implement its enhanced water conservation program. So the district has over 50 miles of open earthen canals that we would, and infrastructure that needs to be replaced. And so the water bank provides us a revenue source that we can then improve our canal system within the district.
According to Draper, demand for water from the bank has gone up sharply since it started, especially as drought conditions drag on.
So as we're in the third year of drought, we have more customers in 2025 than we did when the bank initially started operating in 2021. So yes, it has increased dramatically over the years as we see more and more consecutive years of drought.
Draper says many of those new customers are junior water rights holders who face heavy pro-rationing during dry years.
I would say that this year, just because the pro-rationing of the junior water rights is at 40%, obviously there's more water needs that are needed in this year than in years past. So an example would be a grower who last year leased 100 acre-feet of water is now looking at, say, 120 acre-feet in 2025.
Sela-Moxie Irrigation District officials tell me that while they are a senior water rights holder, that even with drought conditions, water is not an abundant resource.
Because quite honestly, our water bank is a tool that's used to help, but it doesn't solve all of the problems within the Yakima Basin. There's other things that need to be done as well to ensure that there's adequate water supply for everybody. That includes water storage as well.
Officials say the water bank plays a key role in meeting demand, but they're hopeful conditions improve to ease the strain on local farms. In Moxie, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
The district spent 6 years working with multiple agencies to launch the bank. Leaders say it's an important tool during drought, but more storage will be needed to secure the Yakima Basin's water future.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, we're finally starting to talk about more than just the heat and also the extreme dryness, but we are going to transition from the dry vegetation to something that will become a concern as we see something that will hopefully benefit the vegetation that's so dry, and that is the possibility of some rainfall coming our way over the next several days here. But it does have a caveat to it. I want to show you we are tracking just a few isolated showers in the higher elevations of the Cascades, but we also are tracking a few lightning bolts coming out of this. And that's going to be a problem that we see with any of this development over the next few days here. And that's why we do have a couple of alert days in effect for the next several days. Monday through Thursday, it's going to be kind of here and there across the region. We're going to be more focused on the Cascades tomorrow. We'll navigate that through the next series of graphics I show you there. But what is the big concern? Well, it's lightning fires. That's the risk we see with these wildfires that get started over the next few days. It's coming from lightning as these thunderstorms do develop. And even though the chances are low, 10 to 20%, it could cause a big problem with the fact that we have critically to significantly dry vegetation in place. And this map is just one of many I'll show you in just a minute. This is for tomorrow. Notice that the entire region is at critical dryness or even higher than that, especially off the northwest corner of the viewing area, west of Ellensburg down towards White Pass. We have significant dryness in place there, so it would not take much at all for anything to really get ramped up. And that's where we're seeing some of these chances of precipitation in red. That just indicates thunderstorm chances, and that's going to be all along the Cascades tomorrow, and even a chance for some areas down in the foothills of the Blues. Now less than 10% elsewhere in the lower elevations in the basins. Now for Wednesday, we are going to see that same pattern repeat itself, where we are going to see the vegetation still in a critical to significantly dry status. And with this, we are going to see our rain chances, just general rain, increasing. But notice down towards the southeast, down in Oregon, we are going to see thunderstorm chances in the blues. That's where we could see the concern for elevated lightning-induced wildfires from that area on Wednesday. Now, Thursday, we are going to see more of the critical dryness. That's not changing in here. Again, it's where the location of any of the thunderstorm potential that does set up. And I think we'll see less of a bigger risk for this, because we'll see just general rain potential, 10 to 20%. Again, not that much. But up towards the higher elevations, back off towards Ellensburg, northwest of there along the interstate, and back off towards the blues again, we're looking at 20 to 30% chance for thunderstorm potential. So that'll be monitored all the way through Thursday. I think we'll see that lessen as we go into Friday and Saturday. Temperatures come down. We'll also see some other things work in our favor, but that's definitely going to be a transition point, and we still continue to see low in rain chances towards the end of the week. So that's a good thing there. But with all this talk, we do have to still mention that through tomorrow evening, we do have an excessive heat warning in effect for most of the area. And that is just due to the fact that these temperatures are still staying well above where they should be. We should be seeing an average high of around 89. We're not going to be anywhere near to that until early next week. We could start to see it over the weekend, but we'll still have highs in the 90s, so be advised of that. Back to the top of the forecast, upper 60s to lower 70s for tonight. For tomorrow, upper 90s to lower 100s will be possible for the majority of the area, higher elevations with the exception of that. Tri-Cities, we are expecting mid-90s starting Wednesday through Saturday, upper 80s by next Monday. Notice these low-end rain chances coming in there. We're starting to see that big ridge of high pressure transitioning out of the area, and we'll hopefully see more normal conditions setting up. Ellensburg, you do have that alert day on Thursday, given the fact we are watching for those lightning-induced wildfires that could be possible out there. Hermiston will be dealing with low 90s through at least next Sunday, and Walla Walla, same case there, upper 80s. Do try to return by next Monday.
Coming up next on Apple Valley News Now live at 6, we'll tell you about the surprise school guest in Mississippi that led to a multi-agency response.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
The future of healthcare is here at Prosser Memorial Health, home to Mako Smart Robotics for precise joint replacement. Prosser Memorial Health has added aquablation therapy for advanced prostate care. And now we're proud to be the first in Eastern Washington with the Da Vinci 5 surgical system, bringing world-class robotic surgery close to home, all inside our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built with you in mind. Prosser Memorial Health, the future of care, right here, right now. Learn more at prosserhealth.org.
The $7,500 federal tax credit for eligible electric vehicles is ending. Must take delivery by September 30th, 2025. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
This season on the Ducklerette.
I'm so excited this year to find the one.
I'm here to win. I'm one of the fastest duck racers in the country.
Who will win this year's 2025 Mid-Columbia Duck Race? Find out September 20th at Columbia Park in Kennewick. The grand prize is a 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross, plus other fantastic prizes. Support our community. Lend a hand. Buy a duck. And keep the tradition alive. The Mid-Columbia Duck Race, presented by Toyota and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
All right, time to check this out. Maybe it was out for a swim, or maybe you just wanted to learn a thing or two. But a school visitor caused quite the stir Friday morning in Pearl, Mississippi. Take a look. Just outside Faith Academy Christian School, an alligator was spotted in a nearby pond. Children and teachers stayed inside the building while the multiple agencies responded to this one. Wildlife officials, emergency fire and rescue, and local law enforcement officers managed to safely pull the gator from the water that afternoon. Officers said it will be relocated to a more natural habitat. National Park Service rangers removed an illegal marijuana cultivation site in Sequoia National Park. NPS says it confiscated more than 2,000 full-grown marijuana plants. The 13-acre area also contained hazardous chemicals, including a toxic insecticide that is banned in the U.S. NPS first raided the site in 2024, but it was not rehabilitated until now because of the hazardous chemicals. NPS says the protected land was damaged and the natural flow of water has been diverted. Still ahead here in our 6:30 half hour, a wildfire breaks out along US 395 near Pasco. What officials are saying as the risk for wildfire remains high. We'll be right back.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Hold on tight. Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is back August 27th through the 31st. And the rodeo is coming in hotter than ever. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get ready for the heart-pounding action, fearless cowboys and cowgirls, and edge-of-your-seat excitement as the biggest rodeo round takes over the fairgrounds. Food, fun, and thrills. Walla Walla's biggest tradition is coming in hotter than ever. Get your tickets now at wallawallafairgrounds.com.
Stoltable Pilots, the return. The legacy continues. Saturday, August 30th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Stoltable Pilots at Legends Casino Hotel.
Legacy lives in the people who've made this place home. For decades, Happel and Community First Bank have been part of that legacy. Different names, same mission, invested in every relationship. We're coming together to keep building what matters. Because legacy doesn't end. It lives on in every loan, every dream, every member helped.
Hi, welcome to Happel.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself.
And during Purple's Labor Day sale, save up to $500 on select mattresses.
Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Call Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. We'll keep your home safe with electrical services and equipment upgrades. Save $50 on any electrical service. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Summer love for young and gold.
Paradise!
Bachelor in Paradise, new Mondays on ABC.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City. Look and feel your best with cosmetic dermatology services.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
iPhone.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
A flight over a former ranch, now a park in the Scablands of eastern Washington.
Cliffs of basalt tower up.
And the payoff's a beautiful waterfall.
There are 3 of them. The creek splits, forming an island.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next, E.T.
Hi, I'm Adam Scott, and this is my E.T. retrospective.
The Emmy-nominated Severance star on his Hollywood highs and lows.
I'm so sorry.
Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now in Apple Valley News Now live at 6:30, several homes and the Boardman Food Pantry burned down last month in Oregon. We'll tell you what officials are saying now about the cause. Plus, our very own Dan Hansen shares a special milestone at the region's only hospice house. We'll tell you how you can get involved. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Thank you so much for being with us here tonight. Let's begin this half hour, as we always do, with weather. We have Hayden Nix, who is in for Stacy Lee, and he is tracking storms in the region that could impact the potential for wildfires. Hayden.
Well, for your Monday evening, temperatures are still really warm out there. We have not quite breached the century mark in a number of locations like we were expecting today, but hey, I'll take it. Just a couple of degrees can make all the difference there. But we are still hot out there compared to where we should be for this time of the year. Cruising in the mid-90s, then we'll continue to cool down only into the upper 70s and lower 80s by 10 o'clock. It will be a warm evening ahead of us here. And then overnight tonight, temperatures not quite as cool normally, with upper 60s to lower 70s all around. Now, as we continue through the day tomorrow, this will be our final day that we will see those temperatures up there near 100 degrees. We'll likely just be right at it or just below it, but nonetheless, we will still have an excessive heat warning in effect. We are going to be transitioning our weather story as we continue on over the next several days here, as we're beginning to see some transitions with some extra moisture, starting to see some showers in the Cascades and other areas over the following days that could cause some lightning fires. We're going to talk more about that coming up.
Thank you, Hayden. On the fire watch now, firefighters with Franklin County Fire District 3 responded to a wildfire along US 395 about 4 miles outside of Pasco. The fire was spotted just after noon along the ditch and spread into a nearby field in the southbound lanes. Fire crews were able to quickly contain the flames and stop the spread within about half an hour. Fire officials urge people to be cautious as vegetation is extremely dry and the risk for wildfire is high. Police have determined the cause of a fire that burned down several buildings in Boardman last month. The fire was caused by a lawnmower, they say, running over dry grass, which led to several homes and the church, home to the Boardman Food Pantry, burning down. Boardman police say the area has been stable since the fire and that cleanup efforts are ongoing. They also say it has mostly been property owners involved in that cleanup process. Boardman Police Chief Rick Stucco encourages residents to be careful for the remainder of the fire season.
Property owners that have property that haven't been maintained need to make sure that they're taking care of their property so that we don't have increased fire risk.
The Boardman Food Pantry is holding a fundraiser September 4th to help rebuild its facility. Back to school safety is a top priority for parents and local law enforcement alike. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells you what one police department wants drivers to know as the school year starts.
It's back to school week for many districts in our region, and police departments all over the area are preparing for the new school year. For the Kennewick Police Department, back-to-school planning is a yearly task, and this year it's all about presence.
We get out there in all of our school zones, as many officers as possible that patrol, detectives, all of our specialties, just for presence and to make sure to remind everybody to slow down, that school is now back in session.
KPD says drivers are required to slow down to 20 miles per hour when school zone signs are blinking, or when there are signs that say children are present. Roseanne also recommends drivers to take into account the busy times of the school day.
If you need to, remember school zones are going to slow you down a little bit, depending on the time of day. Around high schools, you get a lot of kids crossing the street at the same time can delay you. So take that into account. Leave a few minutes early if you need to, or plan another route.
Roseanne says while KPD plans to monitor all school zones, it will pay special attention to schools on busier streets. KPD will decrease its presence once drivers are back in the swing of school season. From Kennewick, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Kennewick School District is welcoming students back this Wednesday and Thursday. Construction crews are hard at work as Tri-Cities Chaplaincy prepares for a special milestone at the region's only hospice house. Renovations began back in June at the 10-bed facility, which has served families in Benton and Franklin counties for nearly 30 years. The updates will modernize the space while preserving its legacy of care, adding on 900 square feet of space. On Friday, the chaplaincy is inviting the community inside for Blessings Day. Visitors will be able to tour the hospice house mid-renovation and even leave their mark by writing messages, blessings, or cherished memories directly onto those exposed studs and beams.
We want to honor that legacy and history of the house to carry us into the next generation. And we at Chaplaincy like to think that the reason that our house has been such a pillar in the community and such a source of hope and peace is that because of those blessings.
The Blessings Day tradition also honors the original volunteers who built the hospice house nearly 3 decades ago, many of whom signed their names and left personal notes on the very same beams. Blessings Day is this Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. at the hospice house. The event is free and open to the public. Construction is set to be done in December with the opening in January of next year. President Trump is signaling he intends to expand the U.S. military's role in domestic law enforcement activities across the country. And today he signed a new executive order that will aid in that. Sherrell Hubbard says this comes as Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says he doesn't need the president's help.
The next city on the list for federal takeover, according to President Trump, it's Chicago.
I made the statement that next should be Chicago because, as you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now.
Trump claims that crime is up in Chicago despite city statistics showing that violent crime is down by double digits in Chicago. But Trump says locals want his involvement.
It needs to happen. It's no law and order.
I mean, if you got the National Guard right there, are you going to rob somebody right there in front of the National Guards? No, you're not.
Democratic lawmakers in Illinois are pushing back.
As the mayor of this city, I can tell you that Chicagoans are not calling for a military occupation. They are calling for the same thing that we've been calling for some time, and that's investment.
It's unclear how many troops Trump might send and when. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says they are being targeted because they're a blue city and a blue state. And at a news conference on Monday said very directly, do not come to Chicago.
This is about the President of the United States and his complicit lackey, Stephen Miller, searching for ways to lay the groundwork to circumvent our democracy, militarize our cities, and end elections. There is no emergency in Chicago that calls for armed military intervention.
Pritzker says if Trump deploys National Guard members to Illinois, they'll sue. I'm Sherrell Hubbard reporting.
We are about 2 weeks into a federal takeover of law enforcement in Washington, D.C. National Guard members in the nation's capital are now carrying firearms, and that's according to a mission spokesperson. Still to come, we'll tell you all about the diet that researchers say could actually help lower your risk of dementia. So stay tuned for that, and you'll also want to stay tuned for Hayden's full first alert weather forecast. Don't go anywhere.
An old ranch, a trail, and a waterfall. Apple Valley News Now, Tuesday at 6.
Good Shepherd provides the most up-to-date orthopedic care available. Our team of experienced board-certified surgeons, physiatrists, and podiatrists are capable of fulfilling your orthopedic needs. Services include precise joint replacements, sports medicine, all orthoscopic shoulder and knee repairs, fracture care, hand surgery, and foot and ankle care. We are here to help you with your pain and maximize your body's performance and function. Good Shepherd Orthopedics in Hermiston. Patients first, always.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
With a new Toyota from Toyota's national sales event, summer plays on. Whether you're teaching the art of tailgating, showing up for the home team, or finding the ultimate skybox, with a new Toyota, you can keep summer playing anywhere.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $299 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
This season on The Ducklerette.
I'm so excited this year to find the one.
I'm here to win. I'm one of the fastest duck racers in the country.
Who will win this year's 2025 Mid-Columbia Duck Race? Find out September 20th at Columbia Park in Kennewick. The grand prize is a 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross, plus other fantastic prizes. Support our community, lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep the tradition alive. The Mid-Columbia Duck Race, presented by Toyota and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
Before our service would be in and out, we wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
If your group or organization would like to receive job postings, contact our Human Resources Department, 509-735-8369 to request notices.
Apple Valley News Now open positions can be viewed on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
Welcome back, everybody. In your health headlines, if you are at risk for dementia, you might want to check out the Mediterranean diet. A new study finds the diet lowers risk of dementia, especially for people with the APOE4 gene. The gene is a major genetic risk factor for Alzheimer's disease. The Mediterranean diet is plant-based, full of fish, vegetables, fruits, nuts, whole grains, legumes, and olive oil. The diets also call for little to no alcohol or red or processed meat. Researchers found people with 2 APOE4 genes reduce their probability of developing dementia by at least 35% when following the Mediterranean diet. A rare case of New World screwworm has been confirmed in Maryland. There it is on your screen. Came from a patient who recently traveled to El Salvador. That's according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. No information has been released about the patient's condition. The parasite, which was basically eliminated from the U.S. roughly half a century ago, is a larval version of a fly that nests in warm-blooded animals and slowly eats them alive. Officials say there is no significant threat to the general U.S. population, but it can pose potential problems for some animals and foods. Many American households have felt uncertain about the economy for the last several months. Ivan Rodriguez joins us now to discuss how people can set themselves up for success financially, even as inflation makes it difficult.
Experts project prices in the U.S. will continue to rise because of tariffs. For some households, small increases over time are easier to handle, but for others with little wiggle room in their budgets, that slow burn could resemble a slow bleed.
Many Americans continue to feel down about the economy, and that's largely because of affordability concerns.
Sarah Foster with Bankrate says nearly 1 in 4 Americans report having no emergency savings, according to their latest report. Despite households facing higher prices, she says it's important to still have a savings plan.
You're really going to need to make sure that you have at least some money set aside to help you pay for any kind of income disruption.
Some keys to getting started include creating a budget you check regularly and cutting back on expenses. Also, instead of a 6-month savings goal, focus on a shorter-term objective.
Saving your first $5, then your first $10, then maybe eventually working up to saving a month's worth of expenses.
About 46% of U.S. adults have enough emergency savings to cover 3 months of expenses. More than 1 in 3 Americans needed to use their emergency savings in the past year, with a majority using it for essentials from monthly bills to emergency expenses, according to Bankrate. Foster says the 2 things that matter the most when talking about emergency funds include the habit of building wealth for yourself and taking advantage of compound interest.
Thinking about yourself as your own best advocate, that really is kind of the bottom line here.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, we're finally starting to talk about more than just the heat and also the extreme dryness, but we are going to transition from the dry vegetation to something that will become a concern as we see something that will hopefully benefit the vegetation that's so dry, and that is the possibility of some rainfall coming our way over the next several days here. But it does have a caveat to it. I want to show you we are tracking just a few isolated showers in the higher elevations of the Cascades, but we also are tracking a few lightning bolts coming out of this. And that's going to be a problem that we see with any of this development over the next few days here. And that's why we do have a couple of alert days in effect for the next several days. Monday through Thursday, it's going to be kind of here and there across the region. We're going to be more focused on the Cascades tomorrow. We'll navigate that through the next series of graphics I show you there. But what is the big concern? Well, it's lightning fires. That's the risk we see with these wildfires that get started over the next few days. It's coming from lightning as these thunderstorms do develop. And even though the chances are low, 10 to 20%, it could cause a big problem with the fact that we have critically to significantly dry vegetation in place. And this map is just one of many I'll show you in just a minute. This is for tomorrow. Notice that the entire region is at critical dryness or even higher than that, especially off the northwest corner of the viewing area. West of Ellensburg down towards White Pass, we have significant dryness in place there, so it would not take much at all for anything to really get ramped up. And that's where we're seeing some of these chances of precipitation in red. That just indicates thunderstorm chances, and that's going to be all along the Cascades tomorrow, and even a chance for some areas down in the foothills of the Blues. Now, less than 10% elsewhere in the lower elevations in the basins. Now, for Wednesday, we are going to see that same pattern repeat itself, where we are going to see the vegetation still in a critical to significantly dry status. And with this, we are going to see our rain chances, just general rain, increasing. But notice down towards the southeast, down in Oregon, we are going to see thunderstorm chances in the Blues. That's where we could see the concern for elevated lightning-induced wildfires from that area on Wednesday. Now, Thursday, we are going to see more of the critical dryness. That's not changing in here. Again, it's where the location of any of the thunderstorm potential that does set up. And I think we'll see less of a bigger risk for this because we'll see just general rain potential, 10 to 20%. Again, not that much. But up towards the higher elevations, back off towards Ellensburg, northwest of there along the interstate, and back off towards the Blues again, we're looking at 20 to 30% chance for thunderstorm potential. So that'll be monitored all the way through Thursday. I think we'll see that lessen as we go into Friday and Saturday. Temperatures come down. We'll also see some other things work in our favor, but that's definitely going to be a transition point, and we still continue to see low in rain chances towards the end of the week. So that's a good thing there. But with all this talk, we do have to still mention that through tomorrow evening, we do have an excessive heat warning in effect for most of the area. And that is just due to the fact that these temperatures are still staying well above where they should be. We should be seeing an average high of around 89. We're not going to be anywhere near to that until early next week. We could start to see it over the weekend, but we'll still have highs in the 90s, so be advised of that. Back to the top of the forecast, upper 60s to lower 70s for tonight. For tomorrow, upper 90s to lower 100s will be possible for the majority of the area, higher elevations with the exception of that. Tri-Cities, we are expecting mid-90s starting Wednesday through Saturday, upper 80s by next Monday. Notice these low-end rain chances coming in there. We're starting to see that big ridge of high pressure transitioning out of the area, and we'll hopefully see more normal conditions setting up. Ellensburg, you do have that alert day on Thursday, given the fact we are watching for those lightning-induced wildfires that could be possible out there. Hermiston will be dealing with low 90s through at least next Sunday, and Walla Walla, same case there, upper 80s. Do try to return by next Monday.
Hayden, thank you. Still ahead, we'll tell you how a new film is honoring the life and legacy of basketball player Kobe Bryant when we return with What's Trending.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
Imagine a night where the sound takes over and the beat stays with you. The Hallucination takes the stage at Wild Horse Resort and Casino on September 20th. This dynamic duo fuses indigenous music with dubstep, hip-hop, drums, and bass. Get ready for an electrifying live show. Open to ages 15 and up. More than a show, it's a ceremony of sounds featured in Coachella, major films, Fortnite, and more. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app.
Designed to impress, engineered to perform. Shop GE Appliances this Labor Day at Fred's Appliance. Save big on all GE appliances, from dishwashers to ranges, fridges to ovens, and even laundry. You won't find sales like this unless you shop locally. Like this new induction range model, only $11.99. Stop in to explore GE at Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Here in Grandview, we're happy to say that we found a home here for our pizza oven, and here we are making pizza for everybody. This restaurant really concentrates on pizza, some nice submarine-style sandwiches, and a full salad bar. And the high quality of the products that we use is, we're thinking it's going to set us apart. This is going to be a great place to bring the family, and here we are making pizza for everybody. Come on down to Grace Pizza. We look forward to seeing you here.
Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Head out for an unforgettable adventure, or take a sporty sedan for a spin, all while driving with confidence. See what makes Honda the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 3.49% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team. At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
Time now for What's Trending. A movie about legendary basketball player Kobe Bryant is in the works, and Warner Brothers will ultimately distribute the film. That's according to The Hollywood Reporter. The movie, called With the Eighth Pick, will focus on Bryant's journey to the NBA that began with the 1996 draft. Bryant won 5 titles with the LA Lakers and is considered one of the greatest players in league history. Southwest Airlines is changing its seating policy for plus-size passengers. Starting January 27th, passengers who take up space in the neighboring seat will have to buy an extra ticket. and it might not be refunded. The current rules allow flyers to buy an extra seat ahead of time and get refunded later, or request an extra seat at no charge at the airport. But the new rules mean the second seat will be non-refundable unless the flight departs with at least one open seat and both seats are purchased within the same fare class. All right, coming up, we have your reason to smile. Stay with us.
Holy Jupiter's Jackpot! It's the final month of the summer games at Legends Casino Hotel. Your last chance to shoot for the stars and claim a 2025 Jeep Wrangler on Thursday, August 28th. Use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries all month long for your chance to win up to $6,000 in cash every Thursday. And a brand new Jeep Wrangler during Legends Jupiter's Jackpots. Okay, we know Jupiter is the fifth planet from the sun, but did you know the Romans worshipped a god named Jupiter? Just saying.
At Bravo RV, we're gearing up for a huge event you will not want to miss out on.
The Forest River National Sales Event is on now. For a limited time, you can save big across our entire lineup of Forest River products. There's still time to get out, go camping, and make unforgettable memories. With Forest River, you'll find the perfect RV built for your journey and perfected for your stay. Don't wait. These amazing deals won't last long. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
Legacy lives in the people who've made this place home. For decades, Happel and Community First Bank have been part of that legacy. Different names, same mission, invested in every relationship. We're coming together to keep building what matters. Because legacy doesn't end. It lives on in every loan, every dream, every member helped.
Hi, welcome to Happel.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free benefits fair and lunch at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, September 19th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
For your Tuesday, it's another hot one coming our way, but thankfully this is the end of the most significant heat over the last several days, with those temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 90s by the afternoon. We are going to be keeping a close eye on the rain chances and the possibility of some wildfires that may get sparked by lightning from these thunderstorms that will be coming through the area. Main focus will be towards the Cascades for your Tuesday. Outside of that, temperatures will start to cool down as we head towards the beginning of next week, near normal for this time of the year, which will be in the upper 80s.
Near normal sounds great. Thank you, Hayden. And check out this picture we got from Rick. This is your reason to smile, sponsored by Lifetime Dental. Just a gorgeous shot there. All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us here on the news at 6 and 6:30. We'll see you back here at 11.